All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are playing some more EU4 here as Russia. Um, in the last game, we really upset the world, right? We took more Ottoman territory. We claimed the Holy Land that is now under Russian control. We caught France in a moment of weakness and really hurt the French. We took quite a bit of territory. Of course, we have this coalition. It's wrong map mode. If we go here, um, France cannot currently join the coalition because they have a truce with us, but they absolutely will at their first opportunity. England is kind of in the same boat. So I'm thinking I want to watch England because the moment our truce is over, we could pounce on them and grab quite a bit more English territory as long as they don't join that coalition. Our overextension is very high, so that's also a problem. Diplomatic power is zero. It's quite low. One thing too, one of the things that I really love about EU4 is that there's always something to learn. And I have realized, not realized, I guess I was reading and have come to understand that I've actually taken the wrong government path here. The patriarchate, let's see if I go back, is not a very good government type for an expansive empire like the one we're playing as here. It's has a lot of absolutism, really high absolutism, but it also has a lot of the issues that a republic has with, and kind of a difficult to manage population, and particularly when it comes to multiple religions. So what we're gonna do, my intent here, when it comes to secularization, is the next time we have enough power for a government reform, we are going to do the crowned ruler thing. So we'll lose stability, we'll transition to a monarchy with the rank of empire, and what we'll say is that that this was a transitional period, a transitional government, where the old government was kind of subsumed by the church, and then the church has installed a new proper government. That's what we're going to say. And that way we can sort of undo those issues. Let's get these guys there. So we'll do that. Just a little bit of role playing to explain me making a mistake. We get these guys out of here. So are we still? So we're still gaining soldiers each month, even though we've got that level of attrition happening there. There's no way we're returning any territory to the Holy Roman Empire. The Holy Roman Empire is going to be soon enough. We've got Danish separatists up here. Let's see, can we get anybody there? Denmark has entered into a military coalition. I think the Faroes Islands, that's all I think that Denmark still controls. When does our truce with England? I wish there was like a different way. This is a very inefficient way to do this. 1674 February. All right, because we need to make sure we could. Attacking England will allow us to attack a few of these places without triggering the coalition, as long as we're quick about it. That's the thing, is we have to be quick before they can join the coalition. Listen, here. the annoyance of owning islands. A lot of that like separatist sentiment and that stuff, from what I understand, that is because of some of the drawbacks of the patriarchate style of government, that switching to a monarchy will take that away. So yeah, when we get there, we'll get there when we get there. All right, truce with England has ended. So even though our overextension is super high, we want to do this now. We want to do this now before they can join in a coalition. So we are, and it'll give us a chance to get these guys hopefully out of there. Maybe. Maybe not. soon. Coming to realize I guess I don't talk all that much in EU4 videos. I should. Can we send these guys just straight across? We should be keeping some forces over here anyway. Yeah. I need to talk more. I guess there's not as much to say at this stage of the game. I mean, the game is kind of running the way it is. At this point, anybody watching this probably has a pretty good idea of what's going on in the game. No. Not willing to discuss peace yet. Rising down here. Let's see, what do we have? Oh, no. I'm going to drive this extension down as much as possible because it's going to skyrocket here in a moment. These guys can now kind of withdraw from the war. They've done their part. I guess I never thought I was sieging that down, but I thought I had taken it. I guess I hadn't. Cool. Just back here. We're going to try to get as much of our forces out of there. Well, these guys maybe. Mostly what I want is to just try to make sure that I have as many of my forces as possible on Russian territory. Oops. The English might just win a battle. Yep, the English won that battle. Just basically, I want to avoid having the issue of a bunch of soldiers trapped in various regions of the world. But these guys, we should be keeping some soldiers over here anyway. What do I have for a navy? Not enough. see if we can get these guys. English tricked me. They do that from time to time. Got that British army penned up there. English, not British. I want to take this fort. There we go. Now I want to crush this army. I need to get that win back. Man, you're tough. That's it. Whoever that commander is a tough commander. But we want. I think we stack wiped that army. All right. So now what we're gonna do. From Savoy. What are my diplomatic relations at? 7 of 6. This could be 8 of 6. If I make them a vassal. But then they're going to have a wicked high independence. I think it's probably not worth it. When I can just piece them out like that. Lüneburg. Well, first let's, yeah, Lüneburg requires more, so, again, better to just not, in these circumstances. Forcing vassalization is a thing like you can do. I've done it in this playthrough so far. And it's not bad. It's just like, so Savoy's way over here. If I force them to become my vassal, they're going to have a high independence. They don't want to be. There's like going to be a constant threat of rebellion. It just becomes a nightmare. And they're so far over here. I'm not really going to have consistent military access. Yeah, like it's nice to have the extra soldiers and stuff, but it's not worth the cost, really, in my opinion. Now, Opal, you have land that I can take. So we're going to do that. Borrow those counties from you. You know, they look pretty Russian to me. They look pretty Russian to me. And then over here, we gotta wait a day to send another offer. England, we want here. I think the Welsh deserve to be Russian. They just seem like they would fit in so much better as Russians. Let's go ahead and take us. I think the Irish, the Irish seem like they would like to be Russian as well. So we have driven the English completely out of England. And they are now Irish. The irony of that from a historical perspective is unbelievably immense. So we have Iceland here, we have all of this. If at some point, if we can take over the Faroes from the Danes and then take over the Swedes, we'll control the entire like North Atlantic from Iceland over, basically. The French control Greenland. We'll come for that eventually. So, our overextension is quite high. How are we doing on that government reform progress? We're not really getting there, but we'll get there eventually. So we're going to mothball our forts. I bet these people here are mad. They are mad at me. Oh well, what are you gonna do? I'm Russia. What are you gonna do to me? Any idea how immensely powerful I am? What's my military tech? So we're at 66, getting close to 67. French are at 67 now. The English are at 67. That explains why they were able to fight the way they did. Hungarians are at 67. Yeah. Seems like most everybody around me is at 67, so we need to get that military tech up. We'll get these guys some drilling. We're not, I mean, tech-wise, so they're at 67, we're at 66, but we're getting there. It'll give us some new units and increase our combat width. So, yeah, we're getting there. Get these guys back across the channel here. And then, all right, so we've got these guys here. I'm gonna send them over here. And one thing, I've been saying this for quite a while, and I keep just not doing it, is we need to really rebuild the Navy. Okay, that's an annoyance. The problem of owning islands. Do I have other loans out? No, I just had a couple. So I can afford a level 3 military advisor. We're going to change that focus there. So we want military tech is what we need, so that we can get the a lot of people are supporting independence for my subjects, which brings about the possibility of an independence war. Basically what happens, so if they start supporting the independence of one of my countries, of one of my vassal states, then what happens is that eventually those vassals will declare their independence, and when they do, there's an automatic independence war. These guys get down, and then we're gonna... When that happens, all of the people who have, you know, all the countries who have supported the independence of the vassal go to war on behalf of the vassal. So they'll, essentially what I just did was really complicate saying they'll all go to war with me. So we just want to be careful. Welsh separatists, the Welsh are not being very good Russians. Liberated you from the English and made you Russian. You guys should be happy about that. Getting that overextension down. That's good. Will help us not have all these separatists, or not as many. So, one thing, I'm going to bring these guys up here. I keep saying this and I keep neglecting to do it. As I was saying before that Portuguese rebellion happened, is I need to rebuild my navy. Let's see here. Guys, go attack that. There. Alright, so we've got 2 heavy ships. We've got no medium or light ships, and we've got 15 transports. So we should try to get up to at least 30 transports. That's half an army roughly. Ultimately to get to 60 would be nice, but so that we can carry. this. I want to get to 50 heavy ships. You know, seems like a good number. If there's 2 here. Sweden would be a good one to take out. They're in that coalition, so we have to wait, but they're allied with Portugal, Venice, and the Netherlands. None of whom are particularly scary to me. We've beaten the Portuguese once already. Who do these guys belong to? Like a random group of soldiers here. I think they probably actually belong to those guys. Well, maybe not. Yeah, they do. You know, the overextension's down. We're still getting a little bit. That's actually an uprising in Brittany. So we'll still get a few uprisings here and there, but in general, they've settled quite a bit because that overextension is gone. I mean, there's still some, but it's gone down quite a bit. heavy transports. Now the heavy ships. We've got 30 in production. So we have 11. I guess there must be some that have been, like, produced. I'm just going to wait until all of them are done producing. Ultimately, I want to get to 50. I don't have a reason why. It just seems like a nice number. And then we'll just build a ton, an absolute ton of light and medium ships. And maybe a flagship. Unless I already have one. I already have one. Switzerland gave us money. That's nice. They're vassals of mine. Yep. Yep, they are. So it seems like their hatred of me is slowly dying away. We really need Hungary to get out of this coalition. And if they would, you know, become Protestant, that would be great, because then they wouldn't be protected by the defender of the Catholic faith. But, you know, can't have everything. Oh my. We've got, like, all of this is Orthodox. England is, like, almost totally Orthodox, except what we just took over. Even areas of Ireland. Alright, see how our government progress is doing. And we're over halfway. The biggest thing, so my stability is 2, +2 right now. Taking that decision, while it'll be better in the long run, is going to lower my stability by 3, which means my stability will go to -1, which is not good. So I want to try to have enough administrative power when I take that decision to increase the stability, just like automatically, you know, to get back up to at least 0. You really, I mean, ultimately, you want your stability at +3. That's always going to be the best and has a lot of benefits. But if nothing else, having it at 0 is way, way better than having it negative. All right, so we have 41 heavy ships and none in production. All 41 are here, so 150. And then we do like 100 frigates and 100 galleys, or maybe 150 galleys, something like that. We won't have enough people, manpower, to do it all here at once, but we can start it at least. Keeps playing tracks that I'm pretty sure have copyright. I don't actually know. Of course, this channel, as I'm recording this, I think I have 5 subscribers, which is way more than I ever really expected to get. I mean, it's awesome that 5 people want to watch my videos. But like, you know, I'm nowhere near even really thinking about monetizing, but I don't know what happened. So like, several of my early EU4 videos got like notifications, not copyright strikes, but like notifications that they contain copyrighted music that the artist allows to be on YouTube. And I don't know what happens, like if I ever get to a point of monetizing, like with those videos. I don't know what happens, but I don't want to run into any trouble. And also, I mean, if I'm going to monetize, I don't want all of my money going to somebody else. All right, so that's 100 frigates. We'll let those build, see what our income is after that, because at some point we are going to run into an income issue. All right, so all of these truces now, all those truces with Portugal have expired. I guess I don't have truces with any of these guys. They're in this coalition. But I really need, I at this point kind of can't do anything until they all start dropping out of that coalition. Generals keep dying. This is annoying just because it takes away from military points. We're not losing money. My guess is it's probably fleet maintenance related. And also the fact that we just took out a bunch of loans to pay the army, so the army wouldn't like destroy us. Ottomans has ended. I wonder if the Ottomans are in, they're not in that coalition. Their military tag is at 64. I mean, at this point, it's almost just tradition for me to attack them, right? We have quite a bit more soldiers than they do. Higher military tech. And I don't want them to join that coalition. Yeah, I think we have to. I think we owe it to ourselves and to our children to fight the Ottomans. These guys in here. We want them to take over. We want to bring them in there too. What's the status of Georgia? No casus belli. We need to like should be building a spy network there. So as usual, you know, the Ottomans do come with a fair amount of allies, and so we want to be careful not leave our armies, you know, out in the open. We've got this one here, but we've got all these guys coming. This point. The only issue might be if we have to pull some of these guys over. Be great if we could take this area, if possible, with Cyprus, and we could basically cut the Ottomans off from the Mediterranean completely. just gonna make Georgia go away on our way by. They have no allies. They don't belong to any coalitions or anything. Since we're not using our navy, even though we're at war, turn my fleet maintenance down. Or the Timurids. These guys down here. Oh, I guess not. Right, send these guys to here. These guys need a leader as soon as they... There we go. Doomstack there. Take these guys in to destroy it. Whoops. Oh well. We'll be defender of the Orthodox faith when all of the Orthodox live under our rule, so. Austria joined the coalition. That's really not a big deal. I think at this point, realistically, that coalition is probably not going to be trying to attack me. And they won't really care about me taking stuff here. And they should start, like, declining in their fear. Yeah, see, they were at 100 when we started the game. They're already at minus 82, right? So some of these guys should start dropping out over time. The Swedes probably fairly soon. And then once that happens, then the whole thing falls apart. Ottomans. I don't even know where Pollock is. Brittany's handling it, so I guess that's fine. Let's see. We take enough yet to satisfy me. They're gonna hold on to Cyprus to the bitter end. That would be their whole Mediterranean coast. Would link the Holy Land. All right, so another massive, massive victory over the Ottomans. We have just taken, I mean, a tremendous amount of territory from them. Really, Cyprus here is kind of the only thing in the Mediterranean they still control. They have, of course, some Red Sea and Persian Gulf access here, but and we have shoved them completely out of Europe, and we are very much pushing them out of Anatolia. I think they're no longer a valid rival. I think the next goal I'll have is probably to just kind of shove them entirely out of Anatolia. Next goal as it relates to the Ottomans. Now, I don't believe that should have... Yeah, see, that didn't affect these guys. They don't care about that at all. All these ships are now ready. How many other ships over here? Yeah. So this gives me a massive navy now. I'll keep working on that. Looks like, I think taking Cairo is a big deal. Fleet maintenance. Let's see if we mothball our forts. And we need to get cores on all of these. Cairo and kind of that whole area, Alexandria and the whole like northern Egypt here, that's very, very big trade area. We need to get all of these guys back northwards out of Ottoman territory. I want to make sure, well, I guess it doesn't matter now, because even if they go this way, they can still get there this way now, because we've joined all of that. Yeah, so these guys will split. These guys are going to stay here to occupy this area. That's an Ottoman issue. I don't care about that. These guys back up. All right, so we're at about an hour and 15 minutes. So I think this is where I'm going to stop now. We've had a big push here. We got we pushed the English completely out of England and trapped them in kind of central and western Ireland here. We once again battered the Ottomans. I think like the next thing would be to take this, push them completely out of Anatolia, and then just keep chipping away down through the Middle East. I'm not as concerned with taking over this area yet. I do eventually want to take it over, but my big goal for this playthrough is, as Russia, to establish kind of a third Rome. I want to take over all of Europe and the entirety of the Mediterranean coast, including, like, we've got the knights here that eventually we're gonna have to like take over, take the entire Mediterranean, convert the entire place to Orthodoxy, and then from there I might try to like push into Ethiopia and kind of just take over the whole Middle East, just because Ethiopia in this area, I don't know, what is it, yeah, so Ethiopia is still, they're Miaphysites, they're Coptic Orthodox Christians, so not quite the same thing, but pretty close. So maybe kind of take back some of that traditional Orthodox land. And then after that, I'm not overly concerned with a world conquest by the time, I mean, at this point, really, a world conquest is just a matter of time. I could fairly easily do it. I want to just establish that kind of third Rome. I want to do all of that stuff. And, you know, kind of maybe Persia, maybe kind of from the Urals over to the Atlantic. And then, but I'm not concerned with conquering Southern Africa and that kind of stuff. I just want to get to there, and then that would be the run. So there would be a few more videos at least, but for now, this is where I'm going to stop things. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been some great background noise, and I will see you when I see you.